All right, everybody. So today we're going to be talking about a little bit of a different, figure than what we'd usually talk about. I haven't really gotten much into the bizarre world of, like, Twitter right-wing, like, niche celebrity accounts that just post right-wing propaganda and get tens of thousands of likes per post, like, 50 times a day. I haven't really dipped very far into that niche of Twitter, but I've been meaning to, and we're going to be starting with a pretty good example of one of these accounts today, and honestly, everything they post is worth covering, so I think it's worth getting into it. So, I think it's worth mentioning this account was started in October 2021, at the beginning of the anti-trans, right-wing, push, and at the beginning of when, that became, really popular online, like as big as it is now, is really started around the end of last year, or at the end of, the year before last year. And on top of that, she really started blowing up around the time when Elon Musk acquired Twitter and introduced the blue check update that required you to pay for it, and took the blue check away from, actually, verified notable people. And just made it sort of like a pay for the little badge that gives you all the normal features of Twitter button. Anyway, we're not talking about libs of TikTok. No. We're going to be talking about Dr. Anastasia Maria Lupis. Or Lupi, I don't know how her last name's supposed to be pronounced. So this woman claims to be a medical doctor, a doctor of medicine. Now, I will say it's a little bit suspicious that this doctor of medicine has built her entire online presence on Twitter around disagreeing with the overwhelming medical consensus on trans people, but we'll talk more about that in a little bit. Never heard of her. Well, I'm afraid that you guys are going to be very disappointed to be introduced to this shit. Dr. Anastasia Maria Lupis is, I honestly don't think a real doctor. I've been seeing a lot of her posts pushed to me heavily on my Twitter timeline, and I don't believe she's a real doctor. If she is a real doctor, then I think there's a good chance that she will not be one for very long. Her behavior, regardless of her political opinions, is, so, blatantly, fucked up and cruel that she's probably going to lose her medical license. At least we can only hope. Anyway, let's watch. Let's go ahead and get into some of this lady's tweets, because they are fucking wild. This is from an hour ago with 3,400 likes. We are living in a clown world, so we got the Nazi meme. You're telling me I can't pick my bedtime, but I can pick my gender. And then a very spicy, deep-fried 2008 meme. Very, very, hello, how are you, fellow kids? Misogyny. Biological woman, cancelled, assaulted, threatened, kept hostage. Biological man, nominated for NCAA Woman of the Year, celebrated by ESPN during Women's History Month. So bad because trans woman, and bad because cis woman had bad thing happen to her. So here's this person. So the fact that this person is quote tweeting and giving credit to Ollie London as well. Ollie London is another one of these accounts that's come up and gotten really big around the same time as Dr. Anastasia Maria Lupis, who you may know Ollie London as the trans-Korean BTS stalker. He got surgery to become Korean, and the entire trans community and the left were dunking on him, and he made a bunch of videos about how he doesn't care what the trans community tells him. He will live his own self and live his best life, and he won't allow the left and the other and the rest of the trans community to reject him. And then that grift completely failed, obviously, because people stopped giving a shit after, PewDiePie dunked on him, and, everybody dunked on Ollie London. But then he became, a right-wing anti-trans grifter, claiming that the left actually pushed him into this, and the trans community actually pushed him into this. So he's made a new book that's called Gender Madness by Ollie London. One man's devastating struggle with woke ideology and his battle to protect children. So to give you an idea of how obvious of a grifter this guy is, besides what you would already know, that's not the original title of the book. The original title was Detransition, a memoir by Ollie London, and it didn't like get any sales and no one cared, so he renamed the book to Gender Madness and wrote the really long subtitle about it being like anti-trans and like about the trans anti-woke ideology, and now he's blowing up and his book sales have gone up and he's getting a lot of attention. So when this is the person that is being featured by this lady, yeah, I don't know. Now most of the posts this lady is making at this point are literally just like cruelty posting, like singling out specific people for cruelty posting. This one makes me very suspicious that she's not a doctor. So she posts this meme that says, "Doctor, sir." Then the patient says, "Doctor, I'm a lady." And the doctor says, "Lady, you have prostate cancer." Hi, everybody! Correct me if I'm wrong, but I can Google it here, but yeah, I think that the data overwhelmingly shows trans women tend to have prostates. So like, yeah, like I don't. What's the deal? Like, how's this an argument against like trans women being women? If trans women have prostates, yeah, no shit. We don't. We know. We know that trans women have prostates. Some women have prostates. No one's contending that like trans women don't have prostates. It's right-wingers who argue things like trans women who have gotten bottom surgery can't get cervical cancer. As a matter of fact, we had to debunk conservatives claiming this when they very blatantly were lying about cancer research that literally says if you've gotten bottom surgery and you're a trans woman, you can get cancer in your cervix, your neocervix. Not to mention, if you get bottom surgery as a trans person, you can get your prostate removed. So, I don't know if this lady's a doctor, guys. I don't know. I don't know if this lady's a doctor. BBC protests after Twitter labels it government-funded media. Check who she's following? People in chat are telling me to check who she's following, but why would that matter? BBC protests after Twitter labels it government-funded media. Could you please do @BT, @Elon Musk? They are extremely bad example of journalism. Wait, could you please... Wait, what? This is absolutely hilarious. Government-funded media getting what they deserve. What? BBC protests after Twitter labels it government-funded media. Oh, okay. So what she's advocating for is for like all the media, like social, any like news media outlet that they don't like should be labeled government-funded. Okay. That's not worrying for anyone who isn't a fascist. And I guess more cruel... Didn't we already see this tweet? Okay. Posting blackface, I guess? Blackface, outrage, woman face, celebrated. I like how the point of this meme is to both make fun of the left for being outraged at blackface and also to make fun of the left for not being outraged at a supposed woman face. It is literally all Dylan Mulvaney. What's woman face? It's literally just all Dylan Mulvaney now. I don't know if you guys know this, but like Dylan Mulvaney is literally just the new Anita Sarkeesian. She's just some like trans TikToker who makes like cringy TikToks. And she got, she, like, the right really hates her, but she's really popular within, like, a certain, like, niche on TikTok. Like, she's pretty big. And so, the right fucking hates her because she's got a large platform. And they've, like, designated her as, like, the trans person to go after. And so she's, like, the face of the trans community right now. Like, if you... Like, you know how Caitlyn Jenner was the face of the trans community for a long time? Dylan Mulvaney is the new face of the trans community, because the right has made it so. They've ensured that, like, every, like, rando, every, like, normie, if the only thing they know about trans people is one thing, that one thing is that Dylan Mulvaney is a representative of all of them, and she is, like, a weirdo pedo, I guess. And the reason the reasons they have for why she's a weirdo pedo is that she did a video in like a dress where she was cosplaying a character from a book, which was adapted into a movie, and she like lip synced that character doing like a song. And it's a popular TikTok trend, and she did it. and because she's a trans woman, that makes her a pedophile. That's their reasoning. That the entire conservative media sphere is going after her for this. She's too pure for it's literally it wasn't sexualized. It was just cringy TikTok shit. Like, if you think that was bad, then, like, you need to be, like, mass reporting every single Belle Delphine post, because Belle Delphine's full-on, like, her posts are full-on child porn in your view. No shot. Like, there's no other scenario in which the reason for why these people hate this lady is anything other than she's just a popular trans woman. She's their new Anita Sarkeesian. That's literally it. A lot of these are just her reposting the same tweets. Like, she just posts the same stuff a lot. Yesterday, she posted, women's sport is not a retirement plan for failed male athletes, as if this is a thing. And it says, do you agree? Retweeted her own tweet and got 80,000 likes. Oh, she's also an anti-vaxxer, yeah. Yeah, does anyone have links to her anti-vax tweets? Yeah, what is this? And a picture of Dylan Mulvaney. Like, it's literally just cruelty posting. If she is actually a doctor, which she's probably not, then she's going to lose her license. If she hasn't already, which is honestly possible. Yeah, I've seen the tweets where she's doing the anti-vax shit. She is a full-on anti-vaxxer, yes. That's also very likely to get her medical license pulled. And also a very good indicator she's not a doctor. Like, guys, we've seen how ready the right is to lie, like how readily the right lies. It is not beyond the right to just have someone lie about being a doctor, pay for Twitter Blue, and then just spend all day doing what Libs of TikTok does, which is just lie on the internet for a large right-wing audience. The being anti-vax thing is what makes me think she's not a doctor of any type. Yeah, that's a pretty, that's a pretty damning bit of info. Here's some from the Wayback Machine. Out of 27 women that were accidentally pregnant during the Vax program, outcome 23 spontaneous abortions, 2 premature with neonatal death, 1 spontaneous abortion with neonatal death, 1 living baby. Pfizer Doc 536, page 12, safe and effective. Flagged, misleading. Learn why health officials consider COVID-19 vaccines safe for most people. It was flagged as misinformation, so it's been deleted. She deleted it after Twitter flagged it as misinfo. Ah. Oh, it's not fun when your lying propaganda gets called out as blatant lies, is it? Ooh. Do we think she's a doctor? I don't know if she's a doctor, guys. Should I read all of these in a, in the Dr. Nick voice? She doesn't really say much, though. That's the thing. Dear hold on. I'm Dr. Nick. Dear advertising agents. I can't do it. I wanted to do the Dr. Nick impression, but I couldn't pull it off. It would be so perfect if I could do the Dr. Nick impression. Retweeting Matt Walsh. Who deliberately says the entirety of like science and the medical like consensus has been infiltrated by the left. Here's her retweeting Andrew Tate and saying this is absolutely spot on. Literally currently being convicted sex trafficker Andrew Tate. I think this is literally just another one of those like fake e-girl accounts that cropped up to agree with Andrew Tate for his, like, orbit on Twitter, but this one's pretending to be a doctor to push the anti-trans stuff. I guarantee, like, this account gets doxxed, and there is a fantastic story behind this account. I cannot wait to find out the dirt behind the person who's actually behind this account, because there is no way it's not going to be a glorious day when we find out the truth.